Everybody wants success, but no one talks about what it costs you to become that person. And there's a lot of things you just can't get back. And in this episode, I'm going to tell you about the things I lost to become a successful person. Spiritual fitness, spiritual fitness. I'm your host, Eric Bigger. We back again with another episode. And today we're going to talk about the cost of success. See, success looks good. It feels good. You're doing good. But when no one's around, you feel empty, you feel lonely, you feel by yourself. Because it really takes for you, the individual, which me in this case, for you to surround yourself with other successful people, with other people who are on the journey just like you. And sometimes when they say it's lonely at the top, it's not a lot of people who want to be great. It's just not. The 1%, that theory, that terminology, that phrase is true. And there's levels to the 1% because I'm at the level of myself, but then there's people that want more than what I want. So what am I saying? In order to be great in life, it requires sacrifice, time, your money, your energy, your relationships. And one of the biggest things that it cost me was my connectivity, my time and relationships with my family. For me was I followed my intuition. I followed my heart. I followed what was in me. I didn't go move to Los Angeles at 22 because I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be like someone else. I wanted to be like me. I wanted to become a better version of me. So the interesting thing that happened was when I came here, I had a job interview thinking I was going to have a job. Found out that the job I was interviewing for was a scam. So just imagine you leaving your hometown, you got a job interview set up. I graduated with a degree with honors. So I just knew, oh, I got a job. At least I got that. That gave me logic that I was going to be okay. It didn't work. So guess what I had to do? I had to pivot. I had to find a place to live. And mind you, I only had $1,000. So when I got my first living situation, I was on Craigslist. Shout out to Mustafa. That was his name. He was a limo driver, Moroccan guy. And he had a listing for the living room. He was a 1-bedroom apartment, right? And so at the time, I only booked one ticket to come out. I didn't buy a ticket to go back. So I started to get into like background acting. I ran into a good friend I went to high school with. Shouts out to Aisha Pinky Cole. She's the founder and CEO of a Slutty Vegan. She looked out for me a lot. She's like, look, E, I think you should go to Central Casting, do background acting. And she actually found that apartment for me. So she was really an angel in my life, and I appreciate her to this day. And from there, I stayed in his space for a year. And probably like 7 months in living there, I couldn't get a job. So I started to read books like As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, The Secret. And once I started applying those methods in those books, I was like, I got to move. So I found a roommate, a buddy of mine who I did a photo shoot with, who was auditioning like me. And again, I was in a 1-bedroom with a roommate. So we came together, got a 1-bedroom apartment. I stayed in a roommate situation for 5 years. I had to sacrifice my comfort, sacrifice living with someone else. Number two thing I sacrificed was my space, my energy. Like I was uncomfortable. I had a 1-bedroom. We had 2 queen sides in the bedroom and a couch. But that's what I had to do to get to where I'm at. So I say all that to say, just because someone has success, you need to ask them that story. And a lot of people want what success look like, but they don't want to endure or experience the process it takes for that reality. And then after, 5 years of that, I was like, look, man, like I can't do the roommate thing. And then I moved out. And the moment I moved out, I chose a different route, which was for a better me to live by myself. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of commitment, a lot of drive and dedication, but you got to have faith. I wasn't going back to Baltimore, and I was struggling way worse in LA. I could have been back home, comfortable, grandma house, mom house. I could have had a job. It was cool, but I was willing to like prove myself that I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna become someone. And so 7 years came, 7 years in, I had an opportunity to go on TV. My whole life changed. And then that put me on a whole nother timeline when I sacrificed even more. And that's like being in a social setting, being public, being visible, where I just jumped so many timelines that I was in a different reality. I didn't relate to a lot of things. And then it was at that point where having success and fame, I realized, oh snap, like a lot of people don't get this opportunity to be on TV. get that opportunity to be seen and visible the way I am and the way I was. And so I started to kind of tap into like why people are jealous and envious of others who get those things, why people want attention, validation, followers. At the time, that's where followers was like big. Or if you had viral videos, like it's like 2017, 18, it was like everything. And I was able to kind of experience like, oh, that's what people want. I see. So it really gave me some clarity on why people are so aggressive about fame, money, followers at that time. But what it took from me, what it sacrificed was real connection to those people or those places I was in because I was in a different reality. And you kind of lose yourself. Well, not lose yourself in a bad sense. You just lose a touch of reality because you're not in real life when you're like on TV. Like I was on TV, I was traveling all over the country, brand deals, commercials, partnerships, more TV shows. So I was living a different reality. I wasn't in like the day to day where some people don't even have the opportunity, or even have the bandwidth to be on TV, to audition, to get a show, to actually book it, right? And to be on TV for 10 weeks. So I was living in a different timeline where I was like, wow, I was on my high horse. I was on the high on my ego. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm great. And I did that for a good 6 to 7 years. And then boom, I hit a low. 2023 came and man, my life changed. Spiritual awakening, ego death. And what I sacrificed in that was me dying off and killing my ego and not accepting that reality of celebrity and fame and fortune because deep down inside, I had suffocated my true self because I wanted to be liked and validated. And I wore the mask. I was a people pleaser. I did everything so people could like me because guess what? It worked. It made me money. I was famous. I was on TV and it got me far until I was like, I can't live like this. So a lot of things you sacrifice because you don't know and you think you have to keep the ball rolling. But I tell people, never sacrifice your true self to make others happy because you'll betray yourself, you'll hurt yourself, and you'll be lonely and miserable. But in order to be great, the journey and process is different. It's not a lot of people who wanting to be the best. It's people who want to look good. It's people who are followers and fame and fortune. But most people now, I believe, they don't want to put the work in. So if you're looking at this, if you're watching this, if you're seeing this for the first time, just know I'm not speaking on a person who's just putting a video up on YouTube for you to listen to. I'm speaking on experience. I'm speaking on what I've been through. Been around to know like what really matters is your true authentic self. What really matters is fulfillment, not success. Success is getting what you want. Fulfillment is doing what you're made for. And so I rather you tap into your spiritual fitness, get in alignment of your soul's assignment for your highest good, and live for your soul purpose and not your ego purpose. Now, I'm not saying don't experience the things you haven't and that you want, because I had the opportunity to do that. And it gave me perspective and bandwidth to know what I want and versus what I don't. But in the long run, you always want to come home to your true self and be authentic and still generate success and happiness and fulfillment and money and progress and all these things. But don't do it from your mind, do it from your heart. And if you can, and if you have the time and you have the faith and the certainty, it'll work out because I have so much more peace in my life because I'm not chasing anything. I'm being and I'm becoming, and that's it. And with those two things, I get to live in my heart. I get to live in my higher mind, and I get to do things that fulfill me, not just because it's going to make me money. That's all. That's it for this episode. Shout out to Simplify Impact, who markets all my podcast episodes, my YouTube clip, my shorts. Great, like YouTube, content creation production team. If you're looking to create more better quality content, thumbnails on your YouTube, your podcast, hire them. They're amazing and they'll get you where you need to be. Also, if you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching, click the link in the show notes and sign up for a one-on-one attention card. Right now, I have a weekly group class, Spiritual Fitness Sacred Moment, and we meet every Wednesday, 12 p.m. EST, 9 a.m. PST, and we go over topics. We move our body for 45 minutes, and I'm teaching and working out, and I promise you, your life will change. So get in the group, sign up for 6 months, sign up for the monthly, but get in my energy to change your energy, to change your life, to change your frequency, so you don't have to cost yourself unnecessary sacrifice or progress that you don't have to take because you want success. And I can give you the truth from an authentic place. That's all. That's it. Stay spiritually fit. I'm out. Peace.